Let's talk about eucalyptus and peppermint essential oils and whether they are as dangerous for little ones as people say. Now, what resources do I usually use? There's many conflicting advice out there, and a lot of websites and blogs regurgitate news without checking on original source material. So you need to ensure that the advice you are following is made by a trusted source. My research is heavily based on books and resources by people below. So Lindsay Elmore, Deborah Rabin, Robert Tisserand, and of course from Young Living website and their blogs. Now, essential oils to use with caution for babies and young kids. This is taken from Young Living's blog. It says that we should be cautious when using Idaho tansy, hyssop, sage, clary sage, wintergreen, and eucalyptus. And these single oils are found in the following blends: RC, Teas, and Penaway. Now, this list is a lot bigger because it takes into account all essential oils. These are the oils you use with caution for children under 2. So generally avoid cassia, cinnamon, oregano, peppermint, as this may irritate a baby's new and tiny respiratory systems. This is less of an issue if it's part of a blend. Next, digest. It contains phenol, so avoid if your family has a history of seizures or epilepsy. With RC, it contains eucalyptus, which has a constituent called 1,8-cineol. Too much can cause slowed breathing, and headlines state that eucalyptus causes seizures. Peppermint contains menthol and 1,8-cineol, so as above. Thieves, the blend contains eucalyptus, rosemary, cinnamon bark, and clove, and you need to dilute more. And you also do not put oils in or around the baby's nose. Now, with all these headlines about how eucalyptus causes seizures and peppermint causes slowed breathing, I just want to put things in perspective. When people look at the original source document, they might find that it says something. And then over time, because many people are taking the facts from other people and not looking at the original source document, a lot of things might be added or just sensationalized to the point where the message has been slightly skewed. For example, let's talk about the deadly facts about water. A fact: overconsumption can cause excessive sweating, urination, and even death. A fact: 100% of all serial killers, rapists, and drug dealers have admitted to drinking water. Another fact: water is the leading cause of drowning. And lastly, a fact: 100% of all people exposed to water will die. So this water thing sounds really dangerous, doesn't it? If you don't know the big picture. Water is actually really good for you. And of course, you wouldn't be, drinking so much that it becomes harmful. So everything in moderation, right? But this is an example of how news can get slightly skewed and come up more dangerous than it actually is. Now let's talk about eucalyptus. There's a lot of controversy about whether to use eucalyptus or not for young children because it contains a constituent called 1,8-cineol. Too much can sometimes act negatively on the temperature receptors of children's lungs and cause slowed breathing, so it's often avoided. However, for children under 3, Robert Tisserand says that eucalyptus can be diffused, 1 to 2 drops, and applied topically. He suggests 2 drops in 4 teaspoons of carrier oil. However, he himself has stated that he believes these guidelines are super safe. If anything, a little overcautious. Next, let's look at peppermint. Another favorite for respiratory support is peppermint, which also contains the constituent 1,8-cineol and sometimes acts negatively and may cause slowed breathing. According to Robert Tisserand, peppermint can be diffused with care around 3 to 6 years old and applied topically at a concentration of 2 drops in 4 teaspoons of carrier oil. In the comment section, he clarified that with care means about 2 drops in the diffuser. Let's look at the source document. Now, we currently have headlines saying more kids accidentally poisoned by essential oils. Eucalyptus causes seizures. Let's look at peppermint first. The article that is commonly used to quote from only suggests not to put peppermint oil in or around the nasal area or around the chest, meaning that if you put it on the soles of the feet, it's okay. Also, all data research on shows that reactions were caused by menthol containing solutions, not even the whole peppermint oil. Peppermint oil has 55% menthol, 10% 1,8-cineol, and other constituents. So this data research on is only using menthol containing solutions, not peppermint essential oil. And from this article, it's been extrapolated to headlines such as "Do not use peppermint oil on children under 12." Personally, I would not apply topically on children under 2, but RC, which contains peppermint, is already diluted in that blend. And then it's diluted even further with a carrier oil before applying topically on young babies. So I would rely on your parents, you as parents, your judgment. However, if you think about it, it does look like it's okay and not as dangerous as people say it is. Next, eucalyptus. The biggest concern is that eucalyptus induces seizures, and it's resulted in headlines stating so. However, seizures are a rare and unusual symptom of poisoning, even after ingesting a large amount of oil. What is considered a large amount? There was a case review of 192 cases of accidental exposure, where 4 suffered a seizure. The first case, ingestion of 30 mils of eucalyptus produced a fatal seizure in an 8-month-old, which is really, really sad. Case 2, convulsions resulted when an 11-month-old boy had 10 to 15 mils of eucalyptus spilled on his face, but he recovered without medical intervention. So that means you would have had to spill a whole 15 ml bottle of eucalyptus to have had that seizure. The third case, a 12-month-old girl was given 5 prolonged baths in eucalyptus, thyme, and pine essential oil and had a seizure lasting about 1 minute. Bear in mind, we don't know where these oils were bought from. And the last case, a 4-year-old with no history of seizures had a convulsion after exposure to a 11% eucalyptus solution in an over-the-counter lice medication. Now, you don't know what other chemicals are in this lice medication. So let's think about it a bit more. All these case studies are not based on young living products. They don't have the seed to seal promise. They don't have 100% pure therapeutic grade, quality. The peppermint study was done on menthol containing solutions, not even a whole peppermint essential oil. As you know, all the different constituents in an oil work together in your body in a really, really smart and effective fashion. So if you're going to only take out the menthol part, that's not a very good indication of whether peppermint is bad for you or not. Case reviews on eucalyptus is on other branded store-bought eucalyptus oils, not Young Living. And who knows what other synthetic or chemical-laced product was mixed in. Also, accidents occur, but who would willingly give their children 30 mils of eucalyptus oils to ingest? That would mean you have to give them 2 bottles of Young Living RC, or Young Living eucalyptus oils to get that large amount of oil in their system to actually produce a seizure. Also, Lindsay Elmore mentioned that an adult suffered an episode of epilepsy after ingestion of up to 30 mils of eucalyptus oil. So you just have to not do that. Researching and getting information online is good, but we have to be very careful who we are listening to and whether the source document they use is reliable. So just based on this video, I hope that you have a better understanding of where all this, advice about peppermint and eucalyptus is coming from, and use your own discretion when using it.